Brian Norman Jr. comes out and defends the WBO belt he's got against Derrieck Cuevas. And look, let's be honest with each other. We're really not surprised by this one. He was supposed to come out and win this fight. The thing was, he was supposed to come out and win in impressive fashion. And that's exactly what he did. Okay, because he's got the problem right now of not being the top guy in his division, at least in the eyes of most people, right? He's not the top guy as far as skill-wise, most people think, and he's certainly not the top guy as far as popularity or buzz is concerned. Both of those titles go to Boots Ennis, right? So he's in a division right now, which is in a slump. I've talked about this before with Boots, right? It's this problem with the welterweight division where first you had it absolutely hot through the roof. Floyd Mayweather, Manny Pacquiao, the guys who inherited it from that round were Terrence Crawford, Errol Spence, Sean Porter, Keith Thurman, all those guys. They kept it buzzing for a long time. And now we've got it where it is right now today, where you're looking at guys in the championship, Boots Ennis, you know, Brian Norman Jr., Stanionis, guy. Those are the types of guys we're talking about. Mario Barrios has he's got a little bit of buzz, but at the same time, he's not anywhere near on the level of some of these past guys who just carried the crown at 147 pounds, right? So we're in this time when it's a little bit lower than it traditionally has been, and on top of that, a guy like Brian Norman Jr. isn't the most popular guy in the division when it's on his downside. So he needs to just go out there and make statements. He needs to be impressive. He needs to do everything that he absolutely can. And he's got the time. He's the youngest champion out there. He's got the time. Only 24 years old. He can make these things happen. So he goes out there, and not only is he supposed to win this fight, but he's supposed to win it in impressive fashion. It's exactly what the man does. Let's be honest with each other. He came out here. He persevered early. A lot of people weren't talking about it. I didn't hear the announcers mention of it. I thought he got buzzed in the first 15 seconds of the fight. Came in with a right hand, got caught with this quick, beautiful little check left hook by Cuevas. And it was, you know, it wasn't necessarily that he looked messed up. It wasn't that he took some crazy step or anything, but he had this little bounce back. And while I watched it live, just in my mind right away, I thought, I think he got stunned by that. I think that one hurt him a little bit. And then very shortly thereafter that, he gets caught with another shot. And that one, we actually see his legs wobble a little bit. Just a little bit of buckle in him. So he overcame some early adversity because Cuevas is no bum. He's not a guy that a lot of people know, but he can go out there, he can punch. He's got faster hands than a lot of people think, probably more than Norman planned for. He's got this quick little check left hook that's educated and nice in the way that he can do things. So he's a tricky little fighter. Like I said, he stunned Brian Norman early. He overcame that. He figured out a way to make things happen. And by the end of the third round, he's getting this dude out of there. A guy who had not been stopped before, he's able to go in there and get him out of there. So in that sense, he got the impressive victory that he was supposed to get. Now we're going to see Boots in a couple weeks. He's trying to snatch up another belt with him versus Stanionis. Should he have that one, and he's got two, Brian Norman Jr. is calling this guy out. He's not ducking anybody. He's not being coy. He's not saying that he wants to develop more. He's a young guy. He wants to make things happen. He's out there and he's saying, I want to fight the best. I want all the belts in this division. Now, does that mean this is the fight that we're going to be able to make happen? We're talking about Top Rank and we're talking about Matchroom. So we would need those promoters to work together to make that fight happen. Are both of them going to be interested in making that type of fight, right? It'll be interesting to see, but Brian Norman Jr. did exactly what he was supposed to do. The man came out. He was impressive. He won this fight. I'm looking forward to seeing what he's got, man. I'm looking forward to it, right? Because on the surface, you can turn around and say that Boots is a better fighter. He's certainly more pretty. He certainly seems to be more versatile. There's things that I don't like about what Norman does, particularly those leaping left hooks. He is a hittable guy, but he's young. He can still develop. If we don't get this fight right away and all of a sudden we get one or two more, what kind of things is he going to put into his game? You know, Boots is a hittable character as well. We've seen him go out there and get caught with some clean shots. Both these men got chins, so it'll be interesting to see what develops. Let me know what you think. Were you impressed by what Brian Norman Jr. brought to the table last night? And what do you want to see him do next? Let me know.